So if you all would like to close your eyes, I'm going to play some music and just to ground ourselves with, to get this call going. Can you guys hear the music? I get a yes. All right, so everyone, if you could close your eyes and really bringing all of your focus and your attention and your energy to this now moment, really appreciating, expressing gratitude to each and every one of you for showing up today, for doing this work for yourself, getting clear on what you are releasing this year, moving into 2021, being the most powerful, divine version of yourself. So you get to create a ripple effect, not only in your life, but also in the lives of those around you. So I want to say thank you for being here. And let's take a deep breath in through our nose. So breathing in and holding the breath at the top for 3 seconds. And breathing out. In these next 50 minutes or so, let us be fully here. Let go of all of the tensions. Whatever you're worried about, it gets to wait. Your focus right now is on you, what you're creating, what you're intending, the magic that you're intending to create next year. This time is for you, so we get to keep this sacred space. I'm really seeing a golden light, a golden circle surrounding all 5 of us on this call and anyone else who are going to watch the recording through time and space, really holding the sacred space for us to connect with something powerful within us. There's a part of us within that knows everything that we desire in our bodies, in our relationship, in our success, in our finances, our abundance, everything that we desire, it's already done. Is somewhere out there in this infinite field of potentials, and together in these next 45 minutes we get to bring that into focus, into clarity, so that we have a clear path going into the new years. And with that being said, I would love for you to take one last deep breath in through focusing on this breath, directly breathing from your heart. So breathing in from your heart and breathing out from your heart. And before you open your eyes, just feel the space around you. Notice the space that's here holding you. Doesn't matter if you are where you want to be in life, it's still here. It's the same space, it's the same energy that's beating off our hearts right now, that's giving us life. And with that, I set a powerful intention to allow whatever comes out to come out today with these beautiful human beings, these beautiful women that we get to co-create with together. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I will turn off the music. All right. Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining me for that. Oh, we have someone else in the waiting room. Okay. All right, Joy and Sabrina, I'm not sure if you guys are here yet. Okay, so we're going to get started. So this is going to be a working workshop slash, so how this is going to go, I have a couple of slides ready for you guys. There are 2 questions that I will be leading you through to really get clarity on getting clear on what those answers to those questions are. So if you want to journal, if you want to take out some paper and write about it, you're more than welcome to do so. Or you can even just simply reflect on those questions. And then we're going to take time to share if you want to share what you have written down. And then in between the sharing, that's when I can hot seat some of you. And then I can do some real-time coaching support to get you some clarity and get you that you have some clear ideas on where to go with what you have put down. All right, Sabrina, welcome. I see you just turned on your sound. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with y'all. And then let me know if you guys can see me or, all right. I'll go back to not this one. Okay, so while this is loading. All right, can you guys all see? Can someone say yes? I can see Shalene. Can you guys see the screen? Cool.
Yes, I can see
Okay,
it.
awesome. All right, so the first question I would like for us to get clarity on is really asking ourselves, what am I releasing in 2020? So this is so powerful and it gets to be done first before we can even think about what we want to create in 2021, simply because, okay, I have two more people in the waiting room. Thank you everyone for your patience. I'm just a one woman show right now, so I get to admit everyone as they come in while I also do the presentation. Okay, so first question, what are you releasing in 2020? And some examples of that could be, I'm releasing the tendency to be a people pleaser. I'm no longer going to put other people's needs above mine. I am releasing self-sabotaging tendencies. Whatever you have discovered about yourself this year in relationship, in business, in how you show up in a day-to-day life, really consciously decide right now that you are releasing it. You're not walking away 2020 and bringing that with you in 2021. So get clear on what that is, and I'll give you guys some time to journal, maybe a minute or so on this question. And then I'm going to open up the floor and you can share with me what this thing is that you're releasing, and then we can go from there. All right, so get started, a minute or two to journal on what are you releasing in 2020. I'll try to play some music on here. Okay, take one more minute. righty. Thank you everyone for taking some time to reflect on that. And for those of you that jumped in a little bit late, I just want to say hi. It's good to see all of you. It's so nice that we get to spend time together to do something so powerful. And I want to say thank you for showing up and doing this work. So hi, is it Lysandra? I hope I'm saying your name right. And I see Sabrina.
Thank you.
Lysandra? Yeah, okay. I just love everyone on here. You all have like amazing hair. I just I just noticed that. It's like so nice. All right. And then Sabrina, hi. And then the rest of you, I think you're off camera. Okay. So does anyone want to jump in and share what are you intentionally deciding to release in 2020? So what are you not walking away with going into the new year? So feel free to jump in.
I would love to share.
Sure.
Um,
Okay, I think someone is unmuted. Okay, go ahead, Robin.
so I am choosing to release, and let me just read it from my journal here. I'm letting go of the need for constant action and masculine energy. I'm letting go of the fear of vulnerability and the fear of being seen as I am right now. Instead, I am going to ask for help and allow it when it comes. I release the victim mentality that comes from that, the me versus the world perspective. It's made me resilient in the past and has been a survival mechanism that got me through some trauma and tough times, but it's not necessary anymore for me. I let go of this after this hard year, and I want to start feeling into the new feminine softness of receptivity. So that's what I'm letting go of this year.
That's really powerful, Robin. Does anyone else here can relate to that, letting go of the constant need to hustle and to grind? Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that's a huge one for me too. And it comes back down to us whether or not we're hustling for our worth, right? Do we have this idea that on the other side of success and achievement gives us a sense of worthiness? So that's really powerful, Robin. And I also heard you say, really letting go of the fear of being seen fully for who you are.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. So what do you see is on the other side of that? When you are totally no longer have this fear of being seen and accepted for you, for being who you are, what's on the other side of this? Who is the version of Robin that we get to experience?
I love that question. I just see myself as more powerful and integrated and not just this like workforce, because I'm really good at bringing like this constant energy to my work, but also just the power of the feminine, being strong in my softness, being able to love myself and accept myself and allow others to do the same thing. Because I think when we stand in that, it opens the door for all of the other women and men in our lives to access that feminine receptivity.
And there's something that's really powerful that you mentioned. There's strength in that feminine power. It may seem kind of contradicting, but think of the ocean, right? The ocean is so powerful and it's a resemblance, a representation of the feminine essence. But just like how it flows, it's the flow of life, but it's also very powerful. There's strength and vulnerability. So, and I also love that you said how you get to give others permission to also be fully seen for who they are, because what we give to others is what we give to ourselves. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. So how does it even feel to verbally express and declare, this is what I'm releasing in 2020? How does that feel?
It feels amazing. It feels like this weight is lifted. And I know that this has been just the year of challenge for everybody. I think even in these last days, or last day, thank goodness we're at the end, things are coming up. So to just let that go feels like the greatest weight lifted off my shoulders.
Okay, yeah, there's power in verbally expressing and declaring, like, hey, this is what I'm letting go of going into the new year. And I just did a Facebook Live earlier today to talk about this. Imagine we're all artists, right? Creating our lives. And when we are trying to create and paint a masterpiece on top of a pile of black ink, like messiness and junk.
Mhm.
Like, yes, you can do it. You 100% can create a masterpiece, but it will take a lot more effort. It will take a lot
Yeah.
more time. It will take a lot more energy. So by verbally declaring and expressing, this is what I'm releasing, then you can start off with a clean slate. As clean as you can make it, obviously. so, so thank you for taking the lead, Robin, and sharing. Who would like to go next?
Okay, so I guess mine's, I kind of have a question before I
Sure.
say it. Okay. Like, even though I know I want to release it,
Mhm.
like, I'm scared to release it.
Okay. What is
Yeah.
it?
That I'm not good enough.
Okay.
I don't know how to release it,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to
Mm-hmm.
because I know it affects like every aspect of my life. And I just want to live better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Charlene, first of all, I want to acknowledge you for your bravery and your courage to even saying that out loud. It is so brave for you to say it, even though it's scary. So I'm acknowledging you. I want you to know, like, me and everyone on here are holding so much space for you right now. Okay. So, first of all, that's so powerful. Being fully radically honest with where we are coming from, I feel scared, right? I want to let this go. I want to release feeling not good enough, but I'm scared. So, you being
Yeah.
so honest is a powerful first step. So, thank you. Second, tell me more about right now when you are feeling scared. Like, what is that feeling? Tell me more about it.
So if it's like at work, it's just
Mhm.
like I have this fear of like they're gonna fire me because I'm not what they want. I'm not
Okay.
doing good enough.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's
Mhm.
just like this job security fear and just finances in general
Mhm.
and just that I'm not good enough.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Charlene, what I'm hearing you say is when if you're not good enough, then there's a chance that maybe you'll get fired from your job.
Yeah.
Okay. And that jeopardize your financial security.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. If you're brave enough and stay with me here and really take yourself into the future. Let's pretend, okay, what if one day maybe you really wasn't good enough and what if you did get fired? Like what would that mean for you?
I'm losing my my home and my
Okay.
car and just my life as I know it, not knowing like when how I would pay for food
Mm-hmm.
and then just I wouldn't have a home for my family anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
just that scares me to not have that.
Okay, and losing your house, losing uh, predictability of what's even next, losing everything that you know to be true for you right now,
Yeah.
almost like being thrown into the unknown and not being
Hmm.
able to provide for your family, let alone provide for yourself.
Yeah.
And what would that mean about you? What would you say about you when that happens?
Aside from being a failure, like I
Mm,
would feel like a failure and
mm,
just I think I don't just that not good enough feeling again. Like
mhm.
I'm just I can't do anything right.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And Charlene, let's take a deep breath in together. So breathe in, breathe out. Okay, this feeling of not good enough, can never do anything right. Where do you feel it in your body?
like in my stomach, I guess.
Okay, stomach.
Hey, good. How are
Any
you?
anything else? Anywhere else?
Um, like I think a lot,
Okay.
so like I keep thinking about it over
Okay.
and over again.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I feel it anywhere else.
Okay, so you're feeling it in your stomach and maybe tensions in your head?
Yeah,
You feel
like I
tensions in your yeah, go ahead.
no, please. Yeah,
Do you feel any tensions like here in your shoulders?
yeah, yeah,
Neck.
like the base of the neck. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Charlene, do you remember growing up? Who made you feel that you can never do anything right?
My dad.
Mm. And what were some things that your dad said to you?
Haha. It's interesting because what I've been told before is because I had trauma brain. I don't
Mhm.
remember a lot of.
Mhm.
I do remember the fear
Mm.
because, yeah, you didn't know what was going to happen next and when the next time was going to happen. But
Mhm.
it was just an overall, just not accepting of like feelings. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay.
there was a lot of really bad things. Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
Charlene, not only were you afraid, you were fear of what will happen next, and did dad do something? Did he hurt you physically?
Oh, yeah, lots. Yeah,
Okay.
lots. Yeah.
Okay, so adding on top of the fear of the unknown, like what may happen in the next moment, when is dad going to hurt me again? Adding on top of that fear, you weren't allowed to express the fear.
Yeah, I think that's very accurate. Yeah.
Mhm. So as a little girl, how did you cope with that?
Probably food. That
Mm,
was like my only safety. Yeah.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the moments of uncertainties and the fears brewing up in your entire body, as a little girl, you didn't know where else to turn to, but you seek comfort in food.
Yes. 100%.
Okay.
It's, I just discovered that yesterday.
Mm,
So it's
mhm.
interesting that it came up today. I mean,
Okay.
it's not surprising, but it's just interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and awareness is a huge step, right? So,
Yeah.
Charlene, and where do you also notice this shows up in your life right now? Like, what comes up the most that you find comfort in food? Like, where do you catch yourself turning to food to feel a sense of safety?
Oh, it's a good question. Like, when, oh, like when am I like most stressed or like when I'm,
Yeah. Like what do you usually find yourself maybe feeling or thinking about the moment right before you feel the urge to turn to food?
hopeless?
Okay, hopeless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, hopeless.
Um, just like a despair, like a feeling of despair and just wanting to feel good in that moment. I just turn to food.
Mm, okay. In moments of feeling hopeless and despair, and even not feeling good enough, you turn to food to feel comfort.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So tell me more about feelings of hopeless and despair. Where does that
Um,
usually tie to? Is it financial security or?
at work, yeah. Yeah. The financial security, because I'm doing a job that I feel I need I need to do.
Gaining like
Um,
20% or anything else like that, kind of, generally, right? Sort of? Okay.
Is that from you, Charlene, or is that from someone that's immune to?
um, the financial stuff. Like I did get let go from a job, and then I needed to pay the bills, and so I took a job that I'm not I'm not really loving.
So, Charlene, what happens if you were to go completely broke?
Uh, I guess I'd be homeless.
Mhm. And what else? What does that mean to be homeless?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Charlene, I would love for you to connect to this part of you deep inside that feels not good enough. Okay, so if it's in your stomach, like really connect to this part of you right now that is so feeling in despair, just feeling hopeless, feeling no matter how hard I try, I just can't do things right. No matter how hard I try, I just can't be good enough. Connect to this part of you. And if you were to give this part of you a voice, if she can talk to you right now, what does she want to say to you?
That everything's always working out,
Mm,
and that it's going to be okay.
okay, and what does she need from Charlene?
To just trust the process, have faith, I guess.
Okay, so connect more so to the feeling and don't think about it. All right, so don't use your mind. I know the mind wants to tell me the right answer, right?
Yeah.
Even the mind, or even
Yeah.
the mind wants to tell me what maybe Miko wants to hear or what everyone on here wants to hear. And that's okay, right? It's okay. That voice can come up, but really connect deeper to this part of you.
Why is it so hard?
Okay, why is it so hard? Yeah.
No, like I'm asking, like, why
Okay.
is it so hard to
Mhm.
connect with that?
Right, and even that question came up from a part of you that feels like it's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do things right. And who decides what's right or what's not right? Who decides that, Charlene?
I hear you. Okay. So I'm supposed to feel what
Mhm.
feel what she's saying to me.
Yeah, feel what's coming up.
I don't even know. Like I can't. I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you be okay with that? Not knowing?
It's all I can do.
Mm.
I can't force it. Yeah.
Okay, so I feel lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Definitely.
So
Hmm.
Charlene, can you say I feel lost?
I feel lost.
And
Yeah.
I love that.
Ha! I don't love it though.
Okay. Okay. And that's okay. And that's okay. I
Okay.
don't know how to love it. And that's okay.
I don't know how to love it. I want to write that down. I don't know how to love it.
Yeah. I don't know how to love this part of me that feels lost.
Pardon me. That feels lost.
And stay here, Charlene, right? Stay here. So don't, it's okay. Your body will pick up what is needed that
Okay.
you get to resonate with. Okay. So I don't know how to love this part of me that feels lost.
I don't know how to love this part of me that feels lost.
How
Yep.
does it feel to say that?
It makes sense. Like it. How does it feel? lighter.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and notice how much our mind, and I get it, I get it.
Yeah.
As growing up as a little girl, when you have all these feelings coming up and you weren't allowed to express it, you weren't even allowed to feel it. What
Yeah.
the body did was it went into our mind. It went into our
Okay.
mind to justify, to intellectualize it, to explain what's happening as a way to avoid what wants to be felt.
Okay.
Do you see how that
Oh
works?
yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Thank
Okay.
you.
So Charlene, this was
Mhm.
just an opening. Like
Yeah.
trust that this really we just cracked a little bit open of what was underneath. And I
Yeah.
want to acknowledge your bravery. Like this was so
Thanks.
brave. This is so brave and courageous for you to be seen. You got to be seen by me, by all of us on this call today. So thank you for being brave and sharing with us your heart. So we're gonna
Thanks
keep
for letting me.
going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you, Charlene. Raise of hand really quickly. Does anyone else resonated? Did any one of you resonated with what Charlene just shared? Or you can drop in the chat if you don't have your cameras on. Okay. Okay. So Charlene, take a look at that, right? You're not alone. So thank you for giving us the permission to know that
I'm sorry
all
that anyone else had to go through it, but also at the same time, like, oh, thank you. Just, yeah, it's awesome to share this space. So thank you, everyone.
Mhm. Okay. And also know this, like, and this is for everyone, when we are courageous enough to be vulnerable, like what Charlene just did, we are giving others permission to also be in the messiness of life, being okay to feel sad, being okay to be in pain, being okay to be lost. So thanks for that. All right, I'm going to keep going. We get to move on to the next question. Just honoring all of our time. We'll finish at 10 a.m. So in about 20 minutes. So get clarity on what you're releasing in 2020. So now we get to recreate it. Basically what we just did was we created some space. We created some clean canvas, a spot on the canvas that now we get to put in new stuff into it, right? So like I'm sure a lot of you on here, or even those of you who are going to watch the recording, you have been on this path of healing. You have been on this path of personal development, personal growth, but maybe something wasn't working. Like no matter how many books you read, how many workshops you attended, how many podcasts you listened to, haven't worked because it was landing on top of a pile of stuff that has been not cleared out yet. So when we intentionally declare this is what I'm releasing, you're emptying out some of the garbage so you can put in the new stuff that finally lands on a deep way. So that just to explain why we did this question. All right, moving on. Ooh. Okay, so we just share and connect it. And now we are going to talk about what are you choosing in 2021? Notice the language I'm using. I'm not asking you what do you want to have in 2021. That question comes from a place of lack, right? Simply saying, I want this that I don't have now, then I'm in lack. And when we are constantly operating from, I want this, I want that, then you're always telling the universe, I'm in lack. So instead of saying, what do I want in 2021, you get to ask yourself, what do I choose to have? And what do I choose? Simple, what I choose in 2021. So this word choose comes from a place of power. You 100% have the power to choose whatever experience, whatever results, whatever relationship, whatever it is that you want to experience in 2021. So right now, as we are speaking, every one of us, we have a perfect life that is a reflection, that is a perfect reflection of the choices that we have made, of the action that we have taken, of the thoughts that we have thought all year long in 2020, or even up until now, right? From the day you were born up until now. So, and that's also something that's in your power to shift. You get to choose something else. So I'm going to give you all some time. Before I do send you off to journal about this, I do want to share with you some example of what I am personally choosing in 2021. So for me personally, I am choosing to be present in this now moment, to be connected to the space around me that's connected to oneness, that is connected to infinite possibilities in the infinite field of potentials. I am choosing to embrace all of my emotions, all of my thoughts as equal expression of the divine. And I choose to welcome whatever arises with compassion, with love, with forgiveness, with kindness. And I choose to appreciate and love myself on a deeper level. So these are just some examples of what I'm choosing. And you guys, you all, ladies, queens, and beautiful divine beings, get to decide what you're choosing. So I'll give you 2 minutes to journal, or you want to think about this and reflect on this, and then we'll come back and share just like what we did. All right, so go ahead and take it away. Okay, 2 minutes. And obviously, everyone feel free to continue to reflect and journal about this after this call. You guys get to do that for the rest of the day. So, anyone would like to jump in and share? What are you choosing in 2021? Sabrina, Robin, Lysandra.
I'll share. I'd love to
Okay.
share. So I'll again read what I wrote and try to summarize it because I'm a writer and I go off on a tangent. I am choosing to acknowledge and embody my feminine energy. I'm choosing supportive, loving community for myself and my family. I'm choosing vibrant mental, physical, and spiritual health, and to see the gift of vulnerability and integrity when I show up. I'm choosing to make time for my creative gifts, for inspiration, and for movement that feels good, and meals that are nourishing and not just for comfort, because that's also something I struggle with. Relationships, friendships, community that lifts me up, to share my lived experience in a vulnerable way with other women and mothers so that we can all grow and find our strength as a community.
So beautiful to see how much you all came up with in 2 minutes. It's like you already know what it is that you want to choose, what you're choosing in 2021. So thank you for sharing that, Robin. Anyone else would like to jump in and share?
If I can just shortly say,
Yes.
I choose to love myself, to be the best version of myself, to serve this world the best way I've been designed for.
Okay, that's beautiful, Sabrina. So what I'm hearing you say, your number one intention is self-love going
Yeah.
into 2021. And how does that show up? How does that look like? If you had a solid, unwavering, unconditional foundation of self-love, how does that look like? Let's bring it more specific details.
Just a thought that should every morning come up, that is aiming to having myself as the first, before anyone else, before anything else, before sorrows or worries or any kind of thoughts. The first thought should be, how can I make myself happy today? Something like that, you know.
Okay. So Sabrina, where do you catch yourself right now, up until now, that you put yourself last the most? Like where, in what ways does that show up the most?
I see the external reality, the world, like dictating to myself that I should do that, I should do that, but nothing resonates with me. I would love to be as a, you know, just normal, flowing with my inner self, my essence, that is easily, you know, waking up and doing things and being gorgeous and brightful for the world, you know, me for the world, not the world that is, you know, up on my shoulder, my back, and I see every morning, I really don't want to wake up, you know. I want to wake up like, okay, I'm bright and the world is waiting for my smile. Just something like that.
Got it. Powerful. And I'm who else can relate to this? This sense of heaviness. It's almost like we have these layers and layers of expectations and conditionings and beliefs from other people that we have put on. Like imagine putting on layers and layers of coats that you don't need, and it's super hot outside. So like it's suffering, right? It's heavy, it's not fun, it's not light. The true essence of Sabrina, it's so deep in there that maybe you have even lost touch with, right? So in order for you to be seen fully, to peel back these layers of truths that are not you, that are not your truths, in order to do so and to be seen, what do you feel like is the first step, the very first step?
Action. I think I have to move. I cannot stay. Even if I have backache or whatever, I have to move. I don't have to, you know, keep on and letting all these coats, all these layers, you know, surrounding me and keeping me down. I have to move. I have to move, get brain, oxygen, maybe water, whatever that makes my brain going towards the best part of me, and finding it every day and shaking hands. Okay, let's move.
Yes, and there's a very subtle but also significant shift in what you're trying to say. Yes, we get to be in action, but what I'm also hearing you say, what's more even powerful is that you get to recognize and acknowledge when you have these layers on, recognize that that's not your truth, and then immediately shifting into powerful action instead of coming from a place of I gotta push myself because where I'm at right now, I don't accept it, I don't love it, which in a way, it's also a subtle form of self-hatred, right? Anytime when we are saying, I don't accept this part of me, I need to get rid of it, I need to be better, I need to feel good, I need to do this, I need to do that, like this constant need to do something to fix who we are, that's a subtle way of masking our self-hatred for ourselves. So just very subtle, understanding where your come from is, like what's inspiring you, what's pulling you to take action versus what's pushing you, right? What's like running, what are you running away from this self-hatred, this judgment, or are you being inspired by the more bigger calling that wants to be revealed? And the what I was trying to get at also, Sabrina, the first step is you get to know yourself intimately, where you get to find Sabrina again, get in touch with this core essence of who Sabrina is. What is your truth? What's underneath of all these layers of coats that you've been wearing for so long, right? If we don't know what that is, if we're not intimately in touch with her, then we may have a hard time revealing her. So that's the first step. And then, so how can you keep yourself accountable moving into 2021? How can we ensure that this gets to be in forward momentum? Now you have this powerful intention.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay, and that's fine. Does anyone have ideas on what would support yourself or what would support Sabrina, Charlene? Like, what have you found in the past that worked in terms of keeping you in accountable forward momentum action?
For me, it's much like the exercise that you were taking us through, is feeling in my body where I'm feeling something. Because I know when I get into that masculine go, go, go headspace, I'm feeling it in a different place than when I am truly living my truth, when I'm at my full expression, when I'm being vulnerable. Sometimes that doesn't feel good because it's not a muscle I have used very often. So knowing in my body, like, oh, I'm feeling this in my heart space, this is where I need to dive in a little bit more. Or, oh man, I'm totally working from the masculine today. Let's slow down a little bit. Let's have a cup of tea. Let's do something that is going to pour into that more receptive feminine energy. That's really, I think, embodiment for me is the accountability that I need, rather than like having a chart where I keep everything. Again, shifting for me into a more feminine and receptive side of myself has been something I've needed to do, and I think how I need to show up in 2021.
Powerful share. And also, all of you on this call right now, or if you're watching the recording, you are already on the path, right? By simply immersing yourself in a space like this, connecting and collaborating with fellow women, doing the same work, being on the same path, you showed up today. Just by being on here and dedicating time for yourself, you are already on the path. So continuously putting yourself in situations like this where you get to lean in to others' energy, leverage others' support, and learning how to receive support, request support, and just having this community, whatever community resonate with you the most, you put yourself in there, right? And be proactive and seek. Sometimes we do just need that outside support, like the outside reflection to shine that light onto us, so that eventually you grow that muscle, like Robin was saying, you strengthen your muscle so you don't need anybody anymore. Like that's my intention as a coach. I never want anyone to be dependent on me for the rest of their life. Like you all have your answers within you, and my only responsibility is to be that space to evoke, to inspire you to find those answers for yourself. And when you have these tools under your belt, you're good to go. Like you're 100% good to go. But at the beginning, maybe you get to have some hand holding guidance, but eventually you all can run and fly on your own. So with that being said, Sabrina, was this supportive
Yeah.
for you? Okay.
Thank you
Thanks.
very much.
Yeah. Okay. So let's take one more and then I'll probably do another 3 minutes before I move on to the next part. Anyone would like some laser coaching in the next 3 minutes? All right, last call. Okay. All right. If anyone else still want to jump in, feel free. I'm going to go ahead and share with you all what's the next step. So now everyone, you did the work, right? And continue to reflect on these questions. What am I releasing in 2020? What am I choosing in 2021? And really thinking about, okay, now I have this clarity. What do I need to integrate? What do I need to ensure that this doesn't just land on another page of my journal, which happens to me all the time as well? But how can I actually integrate this newfound clarity and put it into action, put it into forward momentum so that this gets to happen? This gets to be created in 2021. Everything that you desire, you get to have in 2021 if you stay on track. So with that being said, let me share my screen for the final slide I have. For any one of you who are interested, I do have opportunity where if you want a deeper dive where I do coaching, just like what I did with some of you today on the call, but it will be just with you, very laser, 30 minutes. If you want to be on my show, Blossoming into You, I would more than happy to have you. Essentially, what my intention with this series, a lot of you came from the 21-day series, but what I'm doing in 2021 is I'm going to be turning it into a long-term show where I will bring on individuals just like you to come on, where not only you get personalized support and coaching on a laser, very focused way, but my full intention is to also inspire and create a space for women across the globe to feel safe, to feel supported, to share something that maybe they have never shared before in their lives, maybe in their relationship, in how they feel with their bodies, how they feel with their sexuality. I am committed to creating this space so that women can feel totally seen, totally heard, and totally acknowledged in my presence, and also to support them obviously with the next step. So if you are more than happy, if you would like to be a guest, it will be a 30 minutes conversation with me, and it will be streamed live on Facebook, and it will also be broadcast to women all over the world on my database. So you get to share your story. You also get to inspire other women, just like how Charlene like so courageously opened up today. Imagine other women who shared a similar story of feeling not good enough. Listen to that. Like, what would that do for them? Right. So if you want to join me on this mission, I will pop the link in the chat. So you can go ahead and fill a quick application. And if you want to apply, you're more than welcome to do so. Okay, here's the link. So, and anyone else have questions before we end this last 2 minutes?
Did
Okay.
you also, yeah, I think you also sent it out via email, right?
Yes, it's all,
Okay.
it's in like every single one of my email at
Okay.
the PS section.
Okay.
So we start this like guest appearance beginning next week. So I'll be more than happy to have all of you on. I know Robin and Sabrina already signed up, so I'm really excited to connect with you all.
So I think I signed up to
Uh-huh.
would like just in case, because sometimes like maybe you don't click the one last button or something. How would I know that it did like register, if you will?
Did you submit the application? It's on Survey Monkey.
Yeah, I thought I did, but maybe I didn't complete a page. Like maybe I had to
Okay.
do another page and I didn't realize there was another page, and then I just
Did you
exited
click
out.
submit at the bottom?
I thought so, but
Okay,
don't
I would
know.
do it again.
Just do it again.
Do it
Okay.
again, Shirley, because I don't
Perfect,
believe
no
I
problem.
got it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Amazing. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. Joy, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you all of you for courageously sharing today. Thanks for doing this work. Trust me, everything that you do has a powerful ripple effect. So I want to say thank you to you for creating a better world for me, for my future kids, for my family. So thank you all of you. And have
Thank
an
you, Miko.
amazing new year. Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Sending so much love to you.
Thank you, Miko.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much, Miko. Really, you're a piece of heaven, I guess.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, here's what
good.
I will share with all of you who see that gift in me. Like what you see in me is what you see in yourself. So if you see love in me, you see that in yourself. So want to point that light back to you. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have an amazing
you.
day.
Have an amazing 2021.
Yes.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Thank you.